that is so-called re-education center, or we call them concentration camp. So do you think Taiwan is a country?
Of course, because Chinese products are cheap.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dolce Vita Egg Bananas channel. I'm Dr. Banana, and this is So, according to the data published by UN Statistics Division, in 2019, China accounted for 28.7% of the total global manufacturing output.
Which makes China a world superpower when it comes to manufacturing products.
So it's almost inevitable not to see any Chinese product in the market. So in today's video, as we promised you, that we're going to share 3 reasons why we try not to buy the Chinese-made product if we have other choices. Okay? So let's go for a walk with us.
Let's go!
With a beautiful day like today, we decided to come to the harbor side for a stroll. So while walking, we're going to share our first reason why we don't really buy the Chinese-made product.
So we don't know if you guys heard about it, but there is the issue of the Xinjiang forced labor controversy since around 2 years ago.
From 2019, the Chinese government in Xinjiang was found building dozens and dozens of the concrete blocks that is so-called re-education center, or we call them concentration camp for the Xinjiang Uyghur people. And that was when the full scale of assimilation started. From hundreds of testimony made by Xinjiang Uyghur people fled to the countries such as Turkey, USA, Germany, showing that there are currently more than 1 million Xinjiang Uyghur people were detained in the concentration camp. And a lot of them were forced to work in the Xinjiang cotton farm.
According to Chinese statistics, current mechanization rate in Xinjiang is around 80%. But our question is, how about the rest of the 20%? Are the rest of the 20% are produced by the forced laborers, as there are no investigations allowed?
International organizations such as BCI applies to enter China for a complete investigation, while Chinese government either say no to this or only allow them to do so in some designated areas. Let's say you witness a young girl enter your neighbor's house, and after a few screams followed it by a big quarrel, there's no evidence to show that the young girl ever walked out from the house. And when it comes to the police officer's investigation, your neighbor refused to open the door, or your neighbor only allowed the police officer to do investigation in living room and bedroom, but not the basement and kitchen. How would you think? Would you still believe your neighbor be innocent?
Of course not. So actually we are sympathizing with the brands like H&M and Adidas that banned at the beginning of this year usage of the Xinjiang cotton. And we also try not to buy Chinese-made products, including clothing, as you saw in our previous video.
Yes, so this is the reason number 1. So let's move on to number 2. Let's go. Yes?
Do you still remember when at the beginning of this year, Time magazine has reported Taiwan as the most dangerous place in the whole world?
You know, I'm personally fully aware of that. And I would say this is not something that would surprise me anymore. Because since the mid-90s, Taiwan has been under the military threat from China.
Yeah, because Chinese government keep forcing this kind of cross Taiwan Strait unification. So they insist that Taiwan and its surrounding islands are actually part of China.
Yeah, the fact of being half Taiwanese There are certainly 2 Chinese-made products that I would never buy.
What kind?
Guess. Okay, I know it's too hard to guess, but okay. The first one
Yes.
is the Chinese-made board map. And the second one is the globe. You know the globe?
Yeah, I know. 3D kind of
Yeah.
map.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because, in the map and on the globe, they always indicate Taiwan and China under the same color.
Oh yeah, kinda insists that it's the same country.
Yeah.
I understand. And you see, also internationally, China keep pushing one China policy. So
大家好，我是周子瑜。我决定终止目前中国一切的活动，认真反省，再次的向大家道歉，对不起。
Even worse, China is one of the big 5 in UN.
Yeah.
So the international regulation is made by China.
yeah, like Taiwan applied so many times to be part of not only
WHO.
UN, WHO, especially the pandemic. During the pandemic, that was a big issue that Taiwan, that it's not part of WHO.
So, even until today, the Taiwan found very hard to join any kind of international organization.
And for me,
Yeah.
it's very weird because if you like from outsider point of view, I'm a foreigner in Taiwan. What I see is we have our own currency. We use the Taiwanese dollar. We have our own law. I mean, the regulations are made by the Taiwanese government. Taiwan
Own president,
has its own president elected in the democratic elections.
yeah, and own postal system.
And an own
Everything.
army. We have own army here. It's irrational to insisting that no, sorry, this is not country. You are actually a part of another country. That's irrelevant.
So, do you think Taiwan is a country?
Of course.
说到这边，我相信很多荧幕前面的你们会告诉我说，台湾不是一个国家。对，我的国家是中华民国。但是其实世界上是有很多其他这样子的例子。
对啊。
我们说第一个吧，在欧洲，大不列颠与北爱尔兰联合王国，它的简称是什么？
英国，就是大家就说英国。
对，它是英国。那朝鲜民主主义人民共和国呢？
北韩。
北韩。对，那尼德兰王国呢？
但是大家会说荷兰。
是的。那另外一个例子，100年前的大清帝国，它的简称是什么？
这个也很好笑，因为就本来变成中国，也跟本命就没有关系啊，就是里面
对，它就是中国。
对啊。
对。
所以其实世界上有一些国家，它的 official name 跟它的 short name 是完全不一样，是没有任何关系。那其实中华民国
简称台湾，
变成台湾，
这有什么问题呢？
对啊，也应该是没问题。而且你们看，现在台湾护照也是已经改正了，就是中文名字的话是中华民国，但是英文是台湾。
台湾 ，yes。
就是为了让在国外的人可以分成，就是中国大陆跟台湾是不同的地方。
People's Republic of China and of course Taiwan ROC are 2 different sovereign countries. 好，今天我们结论一下。其实呢，大家都知道，中国是中国共产党控制的，从1949年之后就是这样子。那它是一个党国不分，那国库通党库的地方，所以其实我们去购买中国制品，那就是增加了中国政府、中国共产党的税收，他们的金钱来源。那他们把这些钱用去做什么？
就买那些 weapon、那些 guns、那些 bombs， 然后 threaten 台湾，就是说我要 take over 了，我要 start another war， 你准备好了，我这边 weapon 很多。
是的 ，so only to increase the military strength of the Chinese government. So let's say if your neighbor from next door keep bullying you, and then at the meantime they have another grocery store, would you buy from them?
Of course not.
course not. This is common sense.
Yeah, this is what we actually believe in. We don't buy Chinese products to not support Chinese government, so they will not keep threatening Taiwan by their military power.
Yes. Okay.
This is reason number 2.
2, yeah. So the third reason we're going to talk about for today is the quality and sustainability of the Chinese product. Have you previously bought any Chinese-made product?
Of course, because Chinese products are cheap, and especially a while ago there was a big boom in Europe. I think not only in Poland, but I can speak about my experience in Poland for those kind of Chinese shops. With the variety of products from clothing to cosmetics to accessories, all Chinese made, but they can last very short periods. So once you buy anything from those kind of shops, at first you think, oh, I have a big deal of my life. I bought something so cheap.
Yeah.
And then you can only use it for like 1 month.
Do you still remember the Chinese-made mosquito rocket that Thomas used to buy us in the beginning of last year?
Oh yeah, it lasts like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it only lasts 3 weeks.
And then went down.
Yeah, so I would say it's incredibly short-lived because Chinese-made.
Yeah.
我要买一个电视机，我买什么？我一定买日本的，中国就会爆炸。为什么呢？因为中国很多品牌不给人家有信心。
It's not just our opinion, but you see, even internationally well-known Jackie Chan also agrees with that.
Yes. So in order to keep products for longer periods, we prefer to pay a little bit more, especially when it comes to electronics.
Electronics, yes.
And then buy those either locally Taiwan-made or Japanese-made products.
Or sometimes even the Korean-made.
Yeah,
It's even better
Vietnam-made.
quality of that. Yeah. So in conclusion of this, I'm going to share with all you guys one of my previous experience when I was in Africa. 当我在非洲的时候，非洲那边有一个国家叫做伊索比亚，那在中国它的翻译是埃塞俄比亚。那边的第2大城德瑞达瓦有一个叫做台湾 Market 的地方，那其实就是台湾市场。为什么会叫台湾市场呢？因为从上个世纪的80年代到大概20年前，他们最主要卖的东西就是台湾出口到那里的商品，所以当地的人也渐渐就把那边叫台湾市场。你可以在那边买到很多台湾出口的商品。但是大概从20年前开始，那边随着中国出口的商品越来越多，它开始转的就是卖了中国的商品。那其实现在它不再叫做台湾市场，它就叫做 China Market。为什么？因为大概90%的东西都是 Chinese made in China。Yes。那我在那边的时候，就连当地的朋友都告诉我，其实那边的东西就是便宜，但是东西的 quality 就是不是那么的好。所以当然你们可以自己选择，你们是想要便宜一点的东西，还是你们想要它的质量是比较好一点，可以用比较久一点的东西。
对啊。
OK。
好，今天的影片到这里哦。
Yeah, so this is all about today's video. The 3 reasons why we don't really buy the Chinese-made products.
Yeah, of course this topic is much wider than what we cover in this video, but we are time limited and we also don't want to talk for too long. So there are also other issues like the design, copy, and those other things
the
that you
copyright
probably
thing,
heard.
yes.
Yeah, but we are not going to talk about today.
Yeah. Thank you for watching today. We will see you next time.
下次见，
Bye bye.